I got out of bed this morning to go to a chiropractor appointment. And then I got myself breakfast. And I'm back in bed. I feel like dog shit. Because mentally, my brain has convinced me that no one cares about me. And it's so stupid vocalizing it and saying it out loud because it's not true. But I have fully convinced myself that the reason people aren't reaching out to me today, on this day specifically, or yesterday, or tomorrow, people won't reach out to me is because they actually don't like me, and nobody likes me. I've been on my phone pretty much all day today in between sleeping. I've just been rotting away in my bed, but in between sleeping, I've just been like playing on my phone, scrolling, and not a single message has come through. I've been up since 8:45. And I don't normally if I don't reach out to people, I'm convinced they won't reach out to me. It's very rare that someone will actually message me first and text me first or call me first. It's usually me being like, hey, what are you up to? And then 3 days later, I'll get a response. And you might think that as, well, they finally got back to me. Like they reached out to you first, like they were thinking about you. I'm like, no, I was just a notification on their phone. So that's where that thought process comes from. And I've tried to describe this to my therapist, and she's like, prioritize real life connection and focus on people who are physically in front of you, whatever. My family, who think less of me than my friends do? Are you kidding? My dad thinks I'm lazy and that I don't know what I'm doing, and therefore I don't care about how my life is because everything's just handed to me. And I just get off everything easy, basically. My mom knows a little bit about what I got going on, but her thing is it's all about mindset. You have to change the way that you're thinking and the way that you talk to yourself. Well, here's the thing. The way you guys talk to me is disrespectful. Why would I treat myself any differently? So yeah. But I am thinking about social media and how we use social media as a window into other people's lives. And most people only post the things that they're the most proud of or the things that they feel the most comfortable sharing. And it's a really big deal when they talk about something personal in their life, like their parent dying or their pet dying, or they have an illness. They, got diagnosed with something that's life-changing, life-altering. They are struggling with addiction. That's what they feel comfortable sharing with the internet that day, though. I don't know. I sit on social media and I post things myself, and I've been extremely active recently in the past year because I want people to see me in a certain way, and I want to be painted in other people's minds in a certain way, in a certain light. People don't see this side of me. They don't understand what's going on besides what I'm feeling comfortable sharing. And that's the whole point, right? Right now I feel comfortable talking about this, but I didn't show myself dry heaving on the toilet. I didn't show myself curled up in a ball on my floor. There's certain things that at one time you feel comfortable sharing. You'll never always share everything with social media, with the internet. I just think it's impossible unless you're live streaming yourself. Genuinely, you have a camera facing you at all moments of time. But even then, there's some knowledge that there's a camera on you, so you're going to act a certain way, I also like, I want people to ask more questions about me, and I want people to be more curious about me. The things that I post are purposely and perfectly curated so that some people will respond and ask questions about them and be like, wow, I didn't know that she was into that. Maybe I should get to know her more. But unfortunately, it's just kind of advertising everything that I've ever been interested in and everything that I believe in, so people think that they know everything about me. So there's a give and a take there. So, I mean, I guess, yes, I succeeded in that. And, like, now people know a lot about me. But I wasn't the one to share it. It was through a curation of shit that I posted, that I put out into the world, you know? I also know that certain people are going to look at certain things, and I know what they're going to like, and I know what they're going to find interesting. And it's like their buzzwords. Like, I post something about it and they're like, yes, I like that too. And it's all for attention. I want them to reach out to me. I want them to respond to what I was saying. So by sharing an artist that I know that they like, by posting about a topic that I know that they are like diehard fans of, it's all on purpose. None of this is on accident. It's all curated. And I feel like the most manipulative piece of shit when I do it. Like, I think about what I'm posting. It's not just like, I felt like doing this on a whim. Like, this is so funny. I know that people are going to respond to it in a certain way. But also a part of me wants to be super mysterious and like edgy and like, I don't even know. I just like, I know that people are busy and I know they have other lives outside of their relationship with me. But it is really weird how you can go a couple of days without speaking to me and think that everything's okay. I feel sick if I don't talk to some people for a day or two. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of stir crazy in my house, and I feel like I'm outgrowing my environment. But like not just like my house, like this is the room that I grew up in. This, like, we moved to this house when I was 8 years old. I'm now 22. So it's, I don't even know the fucking math on that. 16 years? 14 years. What the hell is the math on that? 22 minus 10 is 12. 14 years. 2012 to 2026 is 14 years. Dumb idiot. Okay. So I just feel like I need, but like I said, it's not just like my house and living with my family. It's Lutz, Florida, and Tampa, Florida. I need to get out of here. And I went to college in the same city. Then I dropped out because it was too expensive and I hated it. But I didn't even get a taste of what it would be like to live somewhere else for a semester or two, for a year, for 2 years. Like, I stayed in this city. I was 35 minutes from home. With traffic, an hour and a half. The fuck? But for the most part, I've been here. I've always been here. And I venture out and go to other places, other cities, other states. But I'm always just like, I just want to go home. And then I come home and for a good hour, I'm like, I missed it here. And then I fucking hate it again. I hate it. I don't like the city. I don't like it. The longer that I stay here, the more I realize how much I hate it. I hate how much traffic there is all the time. I hate how hot it is all the fucking time. I'm so irritated with, like, how there's both a bunch of options or stuff to do, but also nothing to do at the same time. Like, here's a bunch of touristy shit that you can do, but then other than that, there's quite literally nothing. Oh, here are some cool, fun local spots, except that it's not local because everybody knows about it because TikTok, somebody fucking posted it on TikTok. So I'm just like, and that's one of the things that I was talking about last time when I was talking about being jealous of my ex-boyfriend, because he moves every single year. He's never stayed at an apartment or a house for more than a year. Once his rent is, the lease is up after that year, he leaves. And he's like, there's been a couple other things, like, you know, we just didn't feel like living in the area anymore, or they raised the rent, or they didn't want to renew the lease, like, and then we just have to move. And I'm like, he is forced to change his environment, and I don't know what that has done for him mentally. I don't know if that's altered him in any way, or how it has altered him, if it, like I said, if it has. And here I am, and I feel like I'm able to stay because my parents are like, what the fuck else are you going to do? Of course you're going to stay and live with us because you don't have any money, and because you're sick and you have a chronic illness too. And you know, you don't know what it's like to be independent. Why would you go somewhere else? Doesn't make any sense. And I'm so envious that I am not at a place financially, physically, mentally where I can just get up and leave. And I know necessarily he might not be, because like I said, every situation that he's expressed is that he is kind of forced to get up and leave and move somewhere else. But I'm just like, am I making sense? There's a split in the way that our lives have been made up. I like need to be forced into something that I need to be forced out of my comfort zone. That's what I need, because this is comfortable. It's comfortable, but it's also uncomfortable. Like, I'm secure underneath my parents' blanket that they've created for me, but at the same time, this blanket is itchy and it's getting really hot, and I need to rip it off of myself. But if I rip it off, I'm going to be cold as shit and the bugs are going to bite me. So what do we do? And I think the answer is very clear, and it's that I have to take it off, because I can't grow under it. I can't become my own person. I am slowly but surely gaining some autonomy, but I don't have it fully, and that's really difficult as a 22-year-old woman to not have the ability to have all this freedom. Like, it's like you can see it, you can smell it, and for a second you can taste it. But it's like, ooh, waved in your face, and then it's ripped away. Gone. So I need to experience that. I need to find activities that let me experience that in any way, shape, or form. And I need to get up out of here. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know that it has to get done. Otherwise, like I said, I will continue to feel trapped in an open cage. So, yeah. I have a lot of other thoughts that are not really coming to me. Like, they're just kind of swirling around in my brain right now, and I don't really know how to, like, string them along and together to make sentences that make sense. I'm just like, my mom and I went to go get ice cream last night, and then she started asking me about stuff, and I was like, because she asked me, like, why I react. Oh my God, of course, Chewy's barking again. Okay. I don't know if he's going to continue barking, but he just barks. We have a bark collar for him, and it doesn't work. He just barks. Oh my God. So yeah, she was asking why I responded to she was like, do you think that you take criticism well? And I was like, from my parents? No. You guys don't know how to give it. She was like, what do you mean by that? Started getting into it, whatever. And then at one point I was like, I'm not in a good place mentally to respond to things in a way that makes sense. I'm going to tell you that right now. She's like, well, why? I was like, I'm still processing a million different things that have happened in the last 7 months of my life, and I have a terrible view of myself. That's it. That's all that I want to get into it right now with you. It's me telling it to her. She's like, do you think it's because of all those things, or do you think it's like, what, like, why? And I was like, I hate myself. I hate looking in the mirror. I get up and I cry. I go back to sleep and I cry. And I just like, I'm so unhappy with how my life has turned out besides everything that just happened this year. And I finally got a like glimmer of hope in my last relationship. And like, it was kind of like a way out. Like it was like a ticket to freedom. It felt like. And it wasn't necessarily that I put all my eggs in one basket or put, all my cards on the table when I was dating him. But it was like, and I thought that, I had grander plans than this, but it was almost like this is what it felt like to be independent. And this is what it felt like to be happy and secure in something. And for the first 4 or 5 months of us dating, I was like, this is my way out. I have found the key, and it's glowing right in my face in a bald figure. And I was so happy. And I was barely home. And I never told my parents anything. And I felt so cool. I felt so awesome about myself. And I was like, this is fucking awesome. And then doubt started creeping in because that's how my brain works. And my parents started treating me like shit. And they started treating him like shit. And then he started responding to all these different things. And then I started responding to him, responding to all these different things. And then our relationship ended in January. So I just am like, I felt like not only was I so close to being in love. I mean, I think that I was, but it was like finite. And I always thought that it was something that you would feel and you would feel it forever with a person. And now that it's not there and we aren't experiencing that together, it almost is like, okay, so none of that even mattered. None of that's real. So that was just like a blip in time that was pointless, essentially. Because all my friends are like, but you learned something, right? No. Not the good things that everybody's supposed to learn. Like, you learn that you know how to care for somebody that deeply, and you learn what your love languages are, stuff like that. I'm like, I learned what a waste of time it can be to be in love with someone. And like, how quickly you fall out of love with someone. Not me, but I feel like him. And I don't know his perspective necessarily because we don't really talk about it that much. And I don't know why we should, because I want to. I'm speaking from a place of anger and confusion because I don't understand what's going on in his mind. But I'm just like, how can you go from like genuinely loving someone so much to just not wanting to talk to them all day, all week, not responding to them, being weirded out by them? Like, how? That's what that taught me. Like, how quickly it is to just be like, I don't give a fuck about this person anymore. That's what's frustrating to me. Like, it was going somewhere, and then he stopped the bus and kicked me out of it and kept going. And so I'm quite literally mourning how happy and free and awesome everything felt and how awesome I felt. So I'm like mourning myself, and I'm mourning the loss of someone who I still care about in a certain way. which is like, the more I think about it, the more stupid I feel and the more embarrassed I feel about everything that I do. And that's why, circling back, I am convinced that he hates me. He thinks I'm fucking ugly, that I'm stupid, I'm embarrassing. He wants nothing to do with me. And it's like, look at how crazy she fucking is. She's like trying to get my attention. She's looking for attention in all these different ways. Like, she's probably like, she's crazy. And I'm fine because I'm literally normal. I'm a normal human being. That's like what my brain has convinced myself of what's going on. And what's frustrating, especially, not only is it sitting in those thoughts that's like fucking destroy your brain, but the fact that I don't have an answer, that there's no confirmation that he doesn't think that way. There will never be confirmation that he thinks that way. Oh, right. Hence why I've been stuck in my bed stewing all morning into the afternoon. It's 5 p.m. I didn't wash my face today. I brushed my teeth, but I didn't wash my face. Things are bad. Anywho, I don't know if I could talk for any longer because I feel like my brain is like on fire. Like it just feels fried and like my ends are all split and I don't know what's going on. But I had to get some of those thoughts out because it helps me understand where they're coming from. Like, and then I look back and I'm like, that's fucking stupid. Like when I'm not sitting here thinking about how sorry my life is and how shitty of a person I am, I go, that was stupid of me to think like that, actually. Right now I'm still in that, like, I hate everything. And I know everybody hates me. So we'll see when I get out of that, if I ever get out of that. But I just feel like, dude, I like need to be on medication. I'm seeing a primary care doctor on Monday and I'm praying she can put me on some kind of antidepressant because I would rather feel nothing than feel like this all the time. Like I want to go out into public and be like, that's funny. I'm so happy right now. That made me so upset. Oh man, that sucks. All with the like straight face. Like, you know how bitches get Botox everywhere so they literally look like nothing is phasing them? That's what I want to be like. That's what I want for my whole brain and my heart, because crying over everything and being angry about stuff and being annoyed and also like experiencing love in a way that's like outer worldly, that like I need to be pulled down back to earth, but it's like, oh, I got pulled down back to earth real quick. It was like a balloon. They went blew me the fuck up. I don't want to feel like that anymore. I don't want the extreme lows and I don't want the extreme highs either, because the extreme highs lead to the extreme lows. So I want to feel nothing. I want to experience nothing. But productivity, I need to be productive. I need to be a hard worker. I need to make money. I need to focus on getting the fuck up out of this house. And I have no interest in entertaining anything other than productivity and growth. That's what Jason Lexapro or something will be on. That's the type of mindset I'm going to be moving on. That's how I need to be. That's how a lot of people that I know are. They're not on medication, but that's how they think. That's how their brain works. They don't let all this emotional bullshit get in the way of their life. I do, because there's something broken inside of my body and my heart and my mind, and I need to cure it as soon as possible. A part of me wants to forget everything. I need a treatment that will let me forget everything ever, and I don't want to experience any emotion anymore. And it sucks because you may think that I'm joking, but I am wholeheartedly being so fucking serious right now. And maybe there's a part of me that doesn't want any of this to happen, but another part of me, and the bigger part of me, I want a couple procedures done. I want to cut my boobs right off. Double mastectomy style. No chance for breast cancer, no chance for any male attention either. Might as well keep the nipples. I hate them. I don't want them on my body. They're heavy, they're annoying, I get sweaty, they start to smell. I can't wear any clothes without looking like a fucking slob. I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm done wearing a size G bra. Yeah, you think I'm kidding. And I want to lobotomize myself. I want to forget everything. And I want to walk around like the bitches from Nope. Or no, like Get Out. Wrong movie. And I want to walk around like just making dinner. Productivity first. I'm going to be a workhorse. That's what I need to be. Then all my problems will be solved. You know why? Because I won't feel sad and feel the need to buy a bunch of stuff, which means money will be saved. I won't experience things like stress, so my chronic illnesses might go away because no more stress in my body. My heart rate will be back at a normal resting BPM. I think this is the fix, guys. Double mastectomy, lobotomy, and I don't know, maybe like getting a flip phone or something. Maybe that'll actually cure me. It's just like, ooh. Yes, hello, doctor. Give me all the medication right now. And then I close that shit. Put it down. Put it on one of those holsters. That's also what I need. Lobotomy, double mastectomy, flip phone. Holster for flip phone. Maybe a gun. But I won't feel things like emotion, like rage or like fear. So I don't need a gun, actually. I don't need to kill anybody to get what I need. I need to kill my inner self. Anywho, it's kind of all that I have. I need to get some stuff off my chest. You know what else I need to get off my chest? These boobs. Let me know if you guys want them down below. Comment down below if you want my boobs because I will gladly give them to you. Trust me. It'll be like that thing where they're like the locks of love. These are boobs for people who need it. Let me know. I can give you guys just the fat. I can give you the body hair. I can give you the smell that they come from. I can also give you guys the nipples. I can give you the whole thing, areola and nipple, or just the nipple or just the areola. Pick. You get to pick if you want. Okay, that's it. I'm leaving now. Probably to go eat something because I have a raging headache now. I hate my hair. I need it to be different so bad. I think I'm going to get it all black or something. Or like a really, really dark brown. Because my natural hair color is a pretty dark brown. I want it to be like low-key black. Because I had it like that at one point. And then I cut my hair into a bob. This was back in like 2023. Never doing that ever again. I don't know why I did that. Why I cut my hair into a bob. It's now growing out and it's pretty long. But I want to keep the length. And be like all black. I don't really need to go to a hair salon to do that, though. I can kind of just do it myself. That might help with the mania that I'm feeling, is dyeing my hair. I have to look up if the bleach will make it look a little bit of a different color or not. What happens if you hate it and you want it to be something different and now you just fucked up your hair with a bunch of box dye? I won't do box dye. I'll do it myself. I'll mix everything myself. I use developer and stuff whenever I dye my hair. Just because I like need this to not look like this. Oh my god, should I do that? This actually might be a great idea. Like black. Because I did it before and I loved it. I don't need to spend $150 at the hair salon. I can do it myself. I go to Sally Beauty, I spend $30 max. Max. I already have a bunch of developer. I just need the color. And then I just do the whole shit black. It's really, really dark brown. I'm not doing black. Because I don't want it to look like slightly blue. Like I need to like just really, really dark brown. Basically black, but not like blue black. Like, I'm not trying to be one of those people who are like, I need my hair to look like an abyss. No, I just need to be really dark. Like how it looks right now. You see like these dark pieces here? But this is still brown. This is a light brown, actually. And then you can see, like, sorry, I got really close to the mic. My hair is naturally pretty dark. Like, my roots are pretty dark. I need to be, like, darker than that, I think. A really dark, almost black brown. And I can do it myself. I just need to dye for it. Because I don't think I want to do highlights or shit. I don't care about any of that stuff. Why am I going to pay $150 for that if I could just do it myself? I might feel better about my appearance. I'll have to look something up because I don't want it to look like different colors because of the blonde. I don't know if that's a thing, but I don't want it to happen, per se. The girl who does my blowouts is going to be so furious with me because I did it myself, but at the same time, I kind of don't really care what she thinks because she's kind of pissing me off recently. I'm kidding. I'm not really kidding. I'm kidding. She hurt my feelings last time, though. I squirm a lot, and she got mad at me because I kept squirming. She's the worst customer I've ever had. She's joking, of course, but I'm squirming because I'm, like, having a serious issue where, like, sensory-wise, I'm, like, this is too much for me, and I'm, like, getting hot, and, like, I'm starting to feel dizzy and, like, nauseous because, like, the way that the chair is moving is making me, like, so discombobulated, and, like, I'm trying to, like, keep my head down so I don't, like, look up because looking up somehow makes it worse, and she's getting mad at me because she has to, like, lift my head slightly. I'm like, if you're up to me, knock me out and then do my hair. I don't want to be awake for any of this shit. So I'm like trying to fall asleep, but then like I'm closing my eyes and my head's like bobbing like this because she's pulling my fucking hair. And I'm literally like, it's like vertigo. Maybe I have vertigo. I don't know. Double mastectomy, lobotomy, flip phone holster, black hair dye. One of these things can get taken care of by today. By tomorrow. I'll noodle on it. Peace, guys.